A Senegalese government official tried to push a law to ban bleaching, skin bleaching, and fake hair in Senegal. Well, that didn't last very long. The pushback was emphatic. They almost crushed his car. Wig ban only lasted a day in Senegal theater after massive backlash. Yes. So, in Senegal, yes, Senegal. Beautiful place, lovely people. Okay? Now, a representative of the government, or public representative, trying to push a law so they could ban skin bleaching and weave use, this fake hair and all that stuff in a specific establishment, not in the entire country, in a specific establishment. I mean, talk about culture. We're going to find out about this. Now, an internal memo was stamped by the National Culture Ministry and issued on Monday by Serine Fall Gueye. This is the guy, Serine Fall Gueye. His goal was to move and promote Pan-African values and protect the institution's cultural image. He wanted to promote Pan-African values by banning bleaching products and fake wigs for women. But critics accused Gueye of policing women's body under the guise of cultural pride, and the ban was reversed the following day. They say he's trying to police women's body, because he said don't use bleaching stuff on your skin because it's unacceptable. It doesn't represent you well. Now, who is this man? You probably ask yourself. Serine Fall Gueye is a Director General of Grand Théâtre National in Dakar. The Grand Théâtre National, inaugurated on 15 April 2001, is located in Dakar and is considered one of the most impressive architectural landmarks in West Africa. It has a seating capacity of approximately 1,800 spectators, includes 206 rooms for artists, constructed through Sino-Senegalese cooperation. Obviously, you need the Chinese to build something important in Africa. It was officially named Doudou Ndiaye Coumba Rose in honor of a legendary Senegalese drummer and cultural icon who passed away in August 2015. So we together, okay? So this is a big theater, the biggest in West Africa, the most emphatic architectural theater in Africa. The theater serves as the largest performing arts venue in West Africa. So art venue in West Africa with the mission to promote African and global theatrical art, support the African diaspora and host international cultural exchange. So this is a place where you expose your art, the African art. And this person is a director of this theater. Now, he said, all the personnel working here, everybody exhibiting or doing their operation here should stop using bleach, okay? Skin bleach and fake hair. Because look at this place. It's about Africa, authentic Africa, okay? We understand you want to be pretty and do all that stuff. That's fine. But when you work here, you should exhibit Africa in your skin, in your eyes, in your hair, in your everything. They say he's trying to control women. He's trying to police feminism. And Senegal has much bigger problems than that. Now, he says, why don't you get another job to some place? I mean, be a telepreneur, call people on the phone, be a software developer. Don't come work in a theatrical African cultural place looking like a white, fake, bleached human being. Does it make sense or not? Now, people got very triggered. We live in a society where when you talk about something that's very important like that, people will find excuses elsewhere, saying you're trying to control and police women. What does that have to do with policing women? We're talking about, this is a company that sells African culture, African tradition, African ways. But you look like a Filipino woman. Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. Well, let's look into data. A survey in Senegal across major Senegalese cities reported 59.2% overall prevalence of cosmetic skin bleaching among women between age 15 to 55. 59% of women between 15 and 55 bleach or have bleached in their life. Is that a problem or not? 59.2%. This is not me. This is you go check and you have internet. You can double check that. It's a lot. Why do people bleach? Because people believe the whiter you look, the better you look. And it's very sad. I mean, you see in many African countries, people say to you, when you come back from Europe or from America, they say, your skin tone has changed. You look like coffee. That's what they say to you. People never compliment you looking dark and beautiful. Africans in general, they say, you look so nice and chocolate. It's crazy. People even discriminate other Africans because they look dark. They say, you're not from here because you look dark. It's crazy stuff. Look at these Sudanese. Look at this beautiful woman. Are these women ugly? I mean, these people want to be like this one, but they don't want to be like this one. It shows you the inferiority complex that many Africans have. They think everything that's beautiful must be white or must come from white people or must resemble white. And this is a long-term thing. I know the American history and the Caribbeans tell you that back in time, the closer you look to white, the creamier you look, the better you were treated by the master. The creamier you looked, the better you had opportunities and chances to get a job. Well, people may think it's only happened abroad in the Caribbean and America. Well, in Africa, people auto-do that themselves. It's not because you expect anybody to give you a job. Just because you get from your peers praise for looking chocolate. It's crazy stuff. Do you know how much money all these companies that make skin bleaching colors make? And they're stationed in India and China. It's crazy stuff, my brother. Repeat, crazy stuff. Yeah. So people got very angry, stood up against this brave man. I'm going to call him brave. I don't care how you feel. Serigne Faye Gueye. They stood against him and the government was forced to reverse the law. Yeah, he came up with the rule. The government said no. The Ministry of Culture said no. We're not going to apply that rule. Within 24 hours and under the government pressure, the directive was rescinded. The Ministry of Culture intervened and the memo was formally withdrawn due to lack of legal basis and infringements on workers' rights. Lack of legal basis. Because you say you must look like Africans since you're selling African culture. Crazy. And they say it's an infringement on workers' rights. It's my right to bleach my skin so I can look like Michael Jackson. Peace. So you mustn't don't disrespect the big man. Now, there are many African countries that have done tremendous work in trying to pull Africans back into their culture, to embrace who you truly are. Like I always say, how can somebody love you if they don't love their own hair? Please, come on. Somebody hate their own hair so much, you think they can love another human being? Are you crazy? Why are you shocked that in this community people hate each other so much? You don't want to see your next person, the peer, do great in life. I mean, Africans and black people in general, they're happy to see you do good, but just don't do better than them. If you do good, it's fine. Oh, yeah. If they're doing better than you, they go like, good. But as soon as you do better, they go like, I think he's involved in politics now. And I think he's doing some dodgy stuff here. Or maybe it's witchcraft, it's juju. That's how they are. How can you love your peers if you hate your hair? I mean, there's one thing wearing hair because it's fun. There's another thing, you cannot get outside of the house because your hair is not fake hair. That's a mental disease. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There are beautiful women with natural hair. Look at that. Look how natural this is. Look at this one. Well, I was saying, there are countries in Africa that ban skin bleaching and stuff like that. There's Rwanda, South Africa, Kenya, Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, South Sudan. However, out of all these countries who have officially or close to officially banned the use of lightening skin, whatever product, Rwanda is the only one that's adamant, that's very serious about it. Other countries, they talk about it, but they don't really apply it. They can see it, they can even arrest people that are selling it, but if you come and give some money, the police give you back your product. Rwanda, if they find you selling products that are skin lightening, you're going to have problems. If you don't go to jail, you're going to pay a big fine. Is this controlling? I don't know. How do you fight white people saying, no, we want independence, we want freedom, but you still use things to look like them? Have some level of shame, come on. Colonialism, freedom, apartheid, but you still want to bleach your face, look like them, at least look close. Come on, man. You choose one or the other, Now, we know that Burkina Faso also did a tremendous job very lately trying to push young girls to come to school with natural hair. A lot of people made noise saying that why is Burkina Faso controlling? You need to shape kids' mentality when they're still children. You need to learn to love yourself. I mean, putting fake hair is like somebody going to do go change your nose. Why do you change your nose? Don't change your nose. It's your nose. It's who you are. You must love it. Why do you change your lips? Your thick lips. Oh, hi. Okay, you can do it, but don't come work in cultural environment. Don't come and work in a theater selling African culture because you don't represent well. Don't come and work in sectors that talk about Africa because you're not one of us. I'm sorry. Now, there's another president of Zaire. Zaire is this country. You call it now Democratic Republic of Congo. I feel like when it was still called Zaire, it was quite a powerful country. There was a lot of respect for Zaireans. Most of Africans wanted to be like Zaireans. Good dancers, strong, well-dressed. But these ones here, I don't know. In Zaire, there was a president named Mobutu. Mobutu came in power. When he came in power, most of Zaireans had white people names. They were called Jean-Luc Chrysostome. That's the name of a black man. Jean-Luc Chrysostome. Robert Koumenaker. Those are the names of black people, imagine. Giscard Lebrondener. Those were the name of the black people in Zaire. He came to power and said, you need to regain your authenticity. You need to go to your village, find your great-great-great-father's name. That's what you're going to apply to your family.
Donc, moi, voyez-vous, je suis zaïrois, africain, bantou. Comment voulez-vous que je puisse porter un nom juif? Moi qui ne suis pas juif. Connaissez-vous un seul juif au monde qui porte un nom zaïrois? Et pourquoi moi? Croyez-vous vraiment que ce serait intelligent, pensable de la part d'une jeune fille de mon pays de porter le prénom de Chantal, de Marie-France, de Marie-Flore. Ça veut dire quoi?
He said it would make no sense. I've never seen a Jewish person being called Mukendi or Kambamba or Musungu or Rukenga or Nomsa or Nomftando or Nomfundo or Nomkita. Anyway, you know what I mean? Oh, you'll never see that. Why are you taking the names? Why are you taking the names? It's because of him that now you see Congolese people with name Mumbanga, Ngambunda, Mbengendi Mbombo, Mbandangi Deja. Those are the names like Tam Tam. If it's only Ndungumba Ngenge, Mbandambi Mbombo. It's not the Congolese. Kofi Olomide. Okay, anyway, not that. Now, history has taught us a lot of lessons, brothers, okay? Now, Tignon Law is something that happened a long, long time ago. That was in Louisiana, 1786, a long time ago, brother. The Tignon Law in 1976, Spanish colonial governor Esteban Rodriguez Miro enacted the Tignon Law in Louisiana, forcing all black and mixed race women, whether enslaved or free, to cover their hair with Tignon head cuffs. So he forced black women to cover their hair, their natural. Don't show your natural hair in public. This was meant to mark them as inferior, to white women, to curb their fashion and social standing compared to white women. This government said black people should cover their hair. This was in Louisiana in 1786. He said to all black women should cover their hair because back in time, we were using grease, like cow grease to nurture their natural hair. They were looking too pretty. And in order to diminish them a little bit, to show that they were inferior, so they don't compare to white women, he forced all black women to use a scarf on their hair. Now, black women, ingenious they were, used brilliant, colorful, luxurious-looking scarves to cover their hair. They looked even prettier with those scarves until they banned them from using those scarves. You know what I mean? Although the intention was oppressive, black women subtly reclaimed the tignon by using vibrant fabrics, jewelry, ribbons, and intricate styling, turning the imposed accessory into a symbol of personal style and cultural resistance. You see, the love of who you are, it's amazing. Black women are amazing. I don't get this. Now, let's talk about the fake hair. Do you understand that the United States of America spend about $1.1 billion yearly in just buying fake hair from the Filipinos? Yeah, you send money to Philippines and India where they remove the hair from the dead people. You know that? Sometimes people in some of these temples will go because they want their sins forgiven by their God. As a sacrifice, they cut their hair and they take that hair to put in a machine, they wash it, they send it to you. Then your life doesn't go straight and you wonder why you have 17 children from 16 fathers. I'm sorry. You're gonna not like me today, but I'm going to tell you the truth. And I understand why people are triggered. Like, you are amazing human beings. It's fine if you want to put it on Monday or on Thursday, on Saturday. But this should not define who you are. You shouldn't be feeling bad. Like you can't get outside because you don't have your fake hair and your skin is not bleached. My sister, come on, man. African women are spending $800 million a year on fake hair. Come on. Now, let me tell you a good story so we can drop, okay? Because I know you like stories. There's a lady in the 1970s named Malba Tolliver. She was a big TV personality. Great woman, beautiful African woman, African American. Now, back in time, she was a TV host. She had so much charisma, so much beauty. She was reporting from the White House on President Richard Nixon's daughter's wedding. President Nixon, this is the guy. His daughter's wedding. This lady, Malba Tolliver, was supposed to be the host. They told her, you cannot do this with your hair. She was one of the only black women to use their natural hair on TV. They said you have to either soften it or wear fake hair. She refused. She said, I am doing this. She refused. Okay? She refused to do this. 1971. Refused to do it. Will you refuse? You will not refuse. White House, me, I can't refuse. You, that's how you are. She refused. She was a symbol and later on respected for that. She's not the only one to do such thing. Another black personality, Noble Jones, former news anchor at WJTV in Jackson, Mississippi. In 2018, she was reportedly fired after filing complaints about workplace discrimination, including being pressured to straighten her hair to meet station standard. She had previously been given permission to stop straightening her hair after the birth of her son, but later she was told she needed to continue doing it. Your son is born, now you need to straighten your hair. If you don't do that, she filed a complaint, but she was fired. Let me know how you feel about this. Always a pleasure. God bless.